Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's 6:15 on this Saturday morning. You're taking a look at Kings Island. Probably a great weekend to go out there for today. We're looking at some nice conditions. I'll tell you more about your forecast and help you plan out for the next several days. But first, we got to talk about what's happening across the nation. It may feel wonderful for us this weekend, but in some places, they're already bundling up for the winter. A cold weather system is moving across Northern California, bringing the first snowflakes of the season to the Lake Tahoe area. Now, this is video from the Sugar Bowl Ski Resort. It's still not enough for the resort to open for the season, but some areas could see 2 inches of fresh powder. Let me tell you, I'm sure those ski resorts are not upset with this. They're like, we'll take all the snow that there is. We'll take it as early as whenever. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Perfect North is really jealous, but they can keep that for now because we're going to have a halfway decent weekend.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're not even close to feeling like that. We're going to be into the 70s and some 80s here over the next couple of days. But just to break down what's happening across the nation. So got several things going on. So first, I will take you on off to the West Coast where they are looking at that area in blue is actually a freeze warning. Imagine that, freeze warning. And then the area in yellow or this kind of goldish color, high wind warning. And then this area in the pink, fire weather. So warnings for that. And then for us, well, just outside of us, we are looking at some dense fog advisories, areas in gray, but then you see these areas right here just showing some of the visibility issues going on for this morning. Zooming in a little bit closer, Batavia, the same spot, still looking at those foggy conditions. Continue to see that here for the next couple of hours. Middletown, you guys are actually getting a little bit worse too. And so once the sun does start to rise or we get closer to it, we'll get a little bit better visual of what it looks like outside. But here's a look at Batavia. You can kind of see the fog going on, but as I said, as the sun does start to rise for us, you'll see a very nice picture. Temperatures right now to the 50s and some 60s, 57 for Versailles, 61 in Lawrenceburg. We're all starting off on the nice and quiet side. Clouds will start to clear eventually, and then we will look at some 60s, quickly warming into the 70s for us. And it's going to be partly cloudy, then mostly clear. Not going to see a lot of cloud coverage at all for today. Obviously, you can't see that right now because it is foggy, but a little bit later on. So just to sum up your weekend real quick, 79 for your Saturday and 82 for Sunday. And look at the low, 63. So that's on the mild side. And also just to let you know, that's not quite cool enough to kind of help with our fall foliage. Now, once we get back into those 50s for the lows, that'll get a little bit better. But as of right now, the 60s, not doing too many favors. So there is a game tonight for FC Cincinnati. If you're heading out, nice conditions for you, should be good to go. Starting at 8 p.m., looking at 60s and staying into the 60s for the rest of the night. Not too bad. You probably won't need a jacket at all because I didn't need one this morning, and we're in the low 60s, so you won't need one a little bit later on. Here's a look at our highs for today, expecting to be into the upper 70s and low 80s, still well above where we usually are. So it's a warmish fall for us, but we will get right back to fall. But we got to go through a couple of days of some warmth. And not only that, though, we'll get more humid conditions moving in, especially into our Sunday. This system, I've been watching this for a couple of days, not really holding it together very well, but we'll continue to get some air from out of the south that will keep us on the warm side, upper 70s, some low 80s, and everyone, again, feeling the heat for us. And actually just the other day, a city in North Dakota actually hit a record at 100 degrees, and they are the hottest location the furthest north here. So they have actually hit a record the other day. That just tells you how warm it's been across the area. So now as far as fall foliage goes, I'll go back to that one. So as far as fall foliage goes, we are still looking at some areas that will need a little bit more time to have those colors changed, especially for our viewing area. We'll continue to work on that. But here's a look at the game for today. If you're heading out maybe to Ohio State to see the game, looking at 7 77 by the time the game is over. So feeling pretty nice. It's a noontime game, so that's some good news. And also, Bengals can't forget about that game. Pretty much almost sold out, I've been told. So 60s and some 70s and 80s. So it will be warm by the end of the game, but before then, it's going to be pleasant for you, but it will get hot. Here's a look at the rest of the forecast. Got some 70s and 80s continuing on out. Next best chance of rain not coming until we get to the end of next week, end of the middle of next week, and then our temperatures will finally start to drop.